Carlsbad People, Purpose, and Impact, an essential podcast for those who live, work, visit, and play in Carlsbad.
Good morning and welcome, everyone. My name is Bret Schanzenbach. I am the president and CEO of the Carlsbad Chamber of Commerce. I'm your host today, and I'm excited to have with me Carly Lackey. She is the event coordinator for the Relay for Life, Carlsbad-Encinitas. Good morning, Carly.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Of course.
Yeah, good to have you. Carly, so I was doing some digging, trolling on your Facebook page, and I found out a few things, and of course, you've updated me a little bit as well. So you are local. Yeah,
born and raised, LCC Mavericks, go Mavs.
Nice.
Yeah, lived here my whole life, and it's hard to stay away. North County is a great place to live.
It is, isn't it? It's a great place to. It's not just one of those places you want to be from. It's one of those places you want to be.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
That's interesting. My sister and her husband both were teachers at LCC back in the day.
Oh, nice.
They met as they were single, and they were both teaching. They met and they got married, and so love our Maverick family here in Carlsbad. And then it looks like you also went to Palomar, so continued your local roots.
Yeah. Hung around, did my 2 years at Palomar, and then actually went up to Cal State Northridge.
Nice.
So yeah, nothing will make you want to come back to Northern California than a stint in the Valley for for a couple years. So yeah, I made a quick U-turn and came right back. So
nice, very nice. Also, trolling your page, it looks like pretty big Padres fan.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, local through and through. So
and they're off to a great start this year.
Yeah, they've been fun to watch the last couple of years. So
well, they kind of tanked the end of last year,
right.
But besides that,
yes, exactly.
And it's just fun to have a team that you have legitimate hope for.
Right.
Not just spring training hope, but like legitimate hope.
Yeah, exactly.
And looks like you're a bit of a musician as well.
Yeah, a little bit. I definitely in my early 20s, I definitely thought I was going rock star status. But,
nice.
But no, now it's just something I kind of like to do on the side. And it is actually a big part of how I got started with this event, too. I started entertaining at first. I brought my guitar and was one of the local acts. And then, as the years went on, I got, just further tied into the event as itself.
Well, that's great. That's a great segue then. So tell us a little bit about how you first heard about the Relay for Life. And of course, the Relay for Life is an event put on by the American Cancer Society. So tell us how you first heard about it, and as you started to, what got you involved, and then we'll eventually get into your role now, which is a very important role. Yeah,
so really dear friends of mine, Dave and Jodie Mann, actually brought the event to Carlsbad back in 2006, I believe. They had attended the La Jolla Relay for Life, which no longer exists. There's been kind of ebbs and flows throughout the county of where events are. So they brought it here in 2006, and as a friend of theirs, and he was a two-time cancer survivor, I just got involved, and they asked me, if I could come play guitar and sing, and that's kind of how it started. And then a few years later, I kept involved more passively. I didn't really have much personal cancer experience aside from Dave. And my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer, and she had treatment, and she's made a full recovery. However, it definitely lit a different kind of fire when it came to starting my own team and volunteering a little more and getting a little bit more involved in fundraising and that kind of thing. And then from there, it kind of, it expanded, and I took on more of a volunteer and a leadership role. And that's, been basically the past over 10 years of my life has been every year we kind of get this thing going again and get a group of volunteers together and put the event on and really spearhead fundraising and all that kind of stuff. So.
Oh, that's fantastic. So, yeah, that's interesting that the connection to your mom, which, of course, when you first started helping out, that wasn't on the horizon and unexpected.
Right.
But I actually started with Relay for Life. I was at a previous job, and I helped launch the first Relay for Life in Vista.
Okay.
And I had a similar, my mom, unfortunately, is not a cancer survivor. She's a cancer victim. And 31 years ago now, but she succumbed to cancer, unfortunately. And that was kind of my motivation to help get it started in Vista back in the day. Similar, wanted to kind of help be part of the bigger picture solution type thing. And I believe it's still going in Vista.
Yeah, I think they still have one. Yeah, we've definitely kind of streamlined to try to make sure that we're using all the appropriate resources. So I believe there's 3 left in San Diego County. Some of them have turned into kind of satellite events because of COVID, and it's been hard to get the live in-person events going. So there's one in Oceanside, definitely, and downtown San Diego as well. And we all kind of run on a similar schedule, but I don't think we ever have them on the same date. But.
Sure. Yeah, well, that's interesting. It's down to... or I don't know if I should say it's down to. It's 3 in San Diego County.
Yeah. So definitely, like I said, just trying to use all the resources and not necessarily, we want to make sure that we maximize the event and are able to fundraise and get all the funds to the appropriate place without wasting too many resources.
Very cool. So you started as a volunteer playing music and just kind of being on the sidelines. But now 10 years, maybe 10 years plus later, you are the overall volunteer event coordinator for this one here. So tell us what your role is as event coordinator.
I've been involved for so many years that I kind of know all the players. We have the same great group of volunteers that show up every year. And there's some assigned roles that we have. Someone does the silent auction and someone handles the entertainment. So basically my job is to try to, corral that group once a year. We run meetings once or twice a month, get people together, just kind of get people fired up every year. Start your team again this year, get things going again. So yeah, we basically just put on this one big event every year. And like I said, just try to kind of rally people, get the mission out there, make sure that people spread the awareness. And, there's a lot of people locally in this community that maybe never heard of the event before, maybe did one in college, but then, you get touched by cancer along the way. And like me, something sparks and you want to get things going and do some good in the community. So yeah, it's definitely a passion of mine. And, and like I said, as things change, people get touched in different ways. I actually in 2018 got the big C myself, and oddly enough, in my leg. So the irony wasn't lost on me that I am involved in a predominantly walking event, and got a surprise kind of diagnosis there. But, it's one of those things that it reminds you that this is a disease that doesn't discriminate. And it definitely pushed me even more to say, this is something that I'm proud to be involved in. Every story that you hear about cancer kind of trumps the last. You've got a kid or a mother of 3. It's just a horrible, horrible disease, and that you don't know the person walking past you in the grocery store is either a caregiver or has lost somebody or, has affected themselves. So definitely every year it kind of rekindles that fire of, this is a good thing that we're doing and we want to get it out to as many people as we possibly can.
That is amazing. And for those who are, listening to this podcast and can't see you, you are quite youthful. And so to have already experienced cancer yourself, as you pointed out very well, it does not discriminate. It hits people of all ages and all profiles. I mean, you can go through the whole list.
Definitely.
It affects everyone. Hope everything's good.
Yeah, I'm 4 years out now. So, but yeah, just one of those kind of ultra rare. Fibromyxoid sarcoma was the type specifically. But sarcomas themselves are extremely rare. There's about 90 to 100, I think, subtypes of that specific type of cancer. And they typically affect, seems like, adolescents and young adults in limbs and in your trunk area. So I just, I'm the unlucky one, and just golf ball sized tumor running down my calf. And just, no rhyme or reason to it. They don't know, there's not hereditary. But fortunately they were able to just kind of cut it on out and I can move on. So, also given the perspective of, having an experience like that when all I've had experience was just knowing people that, have gone through something like this. So to face it myself, definitely put me in the shoes of these people that I've been, dealing with for years and years. In a sense, it actually made me, I think it benefited me because I was less frightened because I've seen people that have had it much worse and have overcome. And Like I said, very ironic that I've been doing this for so many years and then put in the situation myself. But obviously, I'm extremely blessed for my outcome, and just happy to be a part of this for sure.
Wow, that is amazing. And the way you led into it originally, you said that the dreaded C word. I remember that with my mom when she got her diagnosis, because it feels like a gut punch, when it comes from out of nowhere. For her, they thought she had things like pneumonia and stuff, and then when her condition wasn't getting better with antibiotics or whatever it was they were treating, because this is, like I said, a long time ago, then they found out that it was cancer. And I was not living local at the time, and you get that phone call and you're just like, what? And so wow, so you've had it from your mom and then now directly yourself, and that's amazing. So we're going to actually take a quick pause. We've been talking with Carly Lackey, the event coordinator for the Relay for Life Carlsbad-Encinitas, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the details for the upcoming event and let you know how you can get involved. So Carly, the Relay for Life in Carlsbad, why don't you tell everybody when it is, where it's going to be taking place, and what's the easiest way for somebody to find out more details and get involved, and we'll unpack some of that.
Yeah, so the relay will be taking place on Saturday, June 18th. The event goes all day from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. It used to be a 24-hour event, but we've kind of cut it down, A, due to COVID, and B, just to kind of keep the costs down. So it'll be a full-day event at the San Diego Sports Complex, and that's in the La Costa Valley neighborhood off of Calle Barcelona. And basically what we do all day is people form teams, and we walk the track. The idea is to have someone relay on the track from your team for the entire event. So a lot of people make little sign-up charts and say, you walk from 9 to 11, and then I'll walk from 11 to 2, that kind of thing. And so the event goes on all day. It's a non-competitive walking event, and we do a lot of fun things. There's the day kicks off with a survivor lap, so we invite survivors to come out. We also invite their caregivers to come out, so a friend or a family member, and we do a really nice opening lap where the survivors all walk as one. They get halfway around and they meet their caregivers, and then they complete that lap together. So it's really cool when people come out and bring cowbells and cheer, and it's a really great way to start off the event. We'll have some speakers, some local cancer survivors speak. A local physician will speak and give kind of a mission statement, that kind of thing. And then we'll kick off. We have bands and games and all sorts of things. And then the event closes with another really special ceremony called the Luminaria ceremony. If you've ever seen it, it's really special. And when it gets dark, we have white bags that are available for sale beforehand, or you can come to the event for a suggested donation of $10. You get one of these bags, you decorate it with a loved one's name that's either fighting cancer or, has passed from cancer. And it's just a really nice way to honor those people. We put lights in the bags, and then we illuminate them at the end of the night around the track. And then we have a special silent laugh once those bags are illuminated, where everyone can kind of have a moment of remembrance and honor those people that are represented on those bags. So it's a really special way to close out the event. And in years past, of course, they would stay around all night and we would keep walking through the night. But now we have them out. We do that last hour of the event, and then we'll close down. So it's a really, really cool event. We're still taking people sign up. It's free to sign up, it's free to register. And once you register, you'll get an online portal, and it makes it really easy to send an email out to friends and family to get them to support you, to fundraise. And of course, all the money generated goes to the American Cancer Society.
That's fantastic. I think those multiple elements are all very powerful. The survivor walk, of course, is what it's all about. We want to make survivors. We want to make cancer something survivable. See if I can get that out this early in the morning. Survivable. The optics and the power of the Luminaria ceremony at the end is also very powerful and just touching. So we have here at the Carlsbad Chamber, we're forming a team.
Yeah.
We just formed our team. One of our staff members, Kathleen McNary, a lot of people know who are connected to our chamber. She encountered unexpectedly at a very young age a brain tumor. So just 2 years ago, she She was diagnosed. She was just having some like headaches and weird things, and literally went into the doctor on a Saturday, or like at the emergency room on a Saturday, and on Monday they did brain surgery. I mean, it was like, whoa, just seemed to come right out of left field. But she's doing well.
Amazing.
Her battle's still going, and she's doing radiation right now. But she's a serious fighter, and so we're forming a team here at the Chamber surrounding Kathleen, and we're very excited. I think our official name on the site is Dream Team Kathleen or something like that. So we're looking for people to join our team and support our team and help us. We're kind of competitive, so we want to raise a lot of money.
That's what we like.
Yeah. And in Kathleen's name, we want to raise a lot of money for this. So anybody out there who wants to be part of our team, we'd love to have you come down and join us for the walk and join us in raising funds and all of that. So
and I said it was a non-competitive walk, but I didn't say it was a non-competitive fundraising
event. Yes, that's right.
So we take that part very seriously.
Absolutely. So there you heard it. We're throwing down the gauntlet. Dream Team Kathleen. We want to be the top fundraiser out there. So help us at the Relay for Life Carlsbad-Encinitas walk. So with the fact that there's only, you've touched on COVID a little bit. I know, events like these were affected greatly by COVID. So is this now the first year of back to full in-person walking?
We had a in-person walk last year, but it was a little bit, we had to push it to later. We normally do this in the summer, so we had to do it in the fall. And so a lot of our big teams, just through conflict, weren't able to come. So we still did a great event. We raised like $198,000. So I think we did all right.
Yeah.
The 2020 year, we still did all right as well, considering we hosted neighborhood walks and encouraged people to get out in their local communities and kind of just spread the word and keep it alive as we kind of weathered that storm. But this, it really does feel like, okay, now we're back. We're back to what it was. 2019, we had a huge year. It was the first year we had surpassed $200,000 in fundraising in the one season.
That's awesome.
This year, we fully intend to get back to that, and we've kind of set that 200K mark as our benchmark, and hopefully as the years go on, we can just keep building that number up, because, it was a nice community. We feel like that's kind of a drop in the bucket for what we should be able to do in fundraising. So
agree 100%. Let's go. Come on, Carlsbad. So why don't you tell us the website that they can use to go online and support the Dream Team Kathleen or any other team? I mean, you can support other teams if you want, but this is the Chamber's podcast. So come on, guys.
Of course. So if you go to relayforlife.org and /Carlsbad-Encinitas CA, that's where you can sign up. Also, if you just Google search Relay for Life Carlsbad, it will come up, but that's the web address. You go on there. If you just want to make a supporting donation, you can do that, and you could find the team that you'd like to donate to, or just donate to the general fund, or you can form your team there. And like I said, it's a great team building activity for, a corporate event. It's great for families. You don't have to have, my team's a team of 3 pretty much. So it doesn't have to be a huge team. There's really no pressure. It's just kind of a great community event for people to get involved and meet people and, meet all sorts of people that are involved in the same mission and hear some great stories. Because, like I said, pretty much every story trumps the last that you hear in this community. So it's really nice to get out and, get a little bit of perspective about what people are going through in the area and just go out and show some support. It's really nice.
That's awesome. All right, guys, you've heard it here. Let's go. Let's support all of our folks fighting cancer, and both now and in the future. You don't know when it's going to touch your family. As you've experienced, you got involved before it touched your family at all, and now it's touched it twice. Thankfully, you're both survivors. So let's help make some more future survivors. Let's support Kathleen and the American Cancer Society. So, Carly, thank you so much for taking time to come down and share all about this with us.
Of course. Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks for joining us on our Carlsbad People, Purpose, and Impact podcast today. If you enjoyed it, please hit the follow button on wherever you get your audio. And please tell a friend. We would love to hear your feedback, which you can share at carlsbadpodcast.com. You can leave us a review, ask a question, or leave an audio comment, which we can play on the show in the future. And that's all we have for today. Can't wait to see you next time on Carlsbad People, Purpose, and Impact. And remember, share some kindness today. It's free, creates goodwill, and makes you feel great.